Winston-Salem and the Blue Rocks locked in a good one. 1-1 our score as we head to the top of the fourth. Gage Zeal, the righty, goes back to work from the wind. A first pitch breaking ball misses way upstairs to TJ White, the left fielder, 1-0. TJ White was in the batter's box when the top of the third came to a close. And the 1-0 is a breaking ball. This one a little bit closer to the strike zone, but also high, 2-0. Like I mentioned, White was in the batter's box before the unassisted play by Jackson Appel sent down McKenzie as he half-heartedly swings at this one, 2-1. The nice play by the dash catcher silenced what was a bases-loaded, nobody-out jam for Gage Zeal. The 2-1 is tapped foul behind him, 2-2. But the Blue Rocks got into a bases-loaded situation. They only score one. It was on a sac fly from Caleb Lomavita. Sent that one out to center field. Here's a 2-2 to TJ White. It's on the way. This one sent out to the outfield, right field, high in the air. McCants has plenty of time to set up shop and make a one-handed grab. Three straight fly ball outs for Gage Zeal, who has really calmed down. 56 now pitches into tonight's game. He's only allowed one run on 4 hits. He's only walked a guy, and he's also struck out a batter. Jeremy De La Rosa stands in from the left side. Big swing and a miss at a breaking ball. A good-looking one. It's 0-1. Gage Zeal's off speeds, they really need to be talked about a lot more throughout his time in the minors, as this is a cutter, his fastest pitch in his arsenal, 88 miles an hour. It goes by for a ball, 1-1. But those breaking balls, think about it on a graph. You start at the center of the graph, as the 1-1 is that cutter. It's fouled back, 1-2. But you start at the center of a graph. It's fouled back, 1-2. But you start at the center of a graph. The side on a fantastic play in shallow right field. That is not something you see every day. Gage Zeal sends away the fourth in order. We'll see you in the bottom side of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth rolls around on a Thursday evening. First pitch to the shortstop. Kyle Lodis is called strike one. Eric Swan, the righty, goes back to work. We're locked in a good one. 1-1 our score right here inside Truist Stadium. It's game 3 of the 6-game series between the Blue Rocks and the Dash. 0-1 is in the dirt, make it 1-1 on a skipped slider to Kyle Lodis. Count runs even at a ball and a strike to the Dash shortstop. Already working on a walk and a stolen bag so far tonight. The 1-1 is in there for a called strike. A 97-mile-an-hour fastball right at the knees on the inside corner, 1-2. Lodis in his last 10, just 5 hits, a 156 average. Like we talked about, trying to get it together at the plate. 1-2, leaves it alone. Check swing, appeal down to first base. No dice, says the field umpire, Robert Bonet. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Just underway here in the bottom of the fourth of a 1-1 game. Winston-Salem and the Blue Rocks here in game 3 of a 6-game series. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kyle Lodis awaits in the righty batter's box as Swan floats in a breaking ball, nearly got him upstairs. Lodis had to duck out of the way, and the counts run full. Struggling in his last 10, his last 5 have been a lot better. 267 average for the newest member of Winston-Salem, drafted this year, 2025. 3-2 is in the dirt, ball 4. He walked him again.
That's another free pass for Lodis. Walks are brought to you by
Lodis starts off the bottom of the fourth with a free pass, and he's aboard for a second time tonight. Already a swipe bag to his name. And the Dash are looking to jump out in front. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the fourth, a very picturesque Thursday evening here in the Triad. We have had a ton, and I mean 7 or 8 straight days of beautiful weather here in Winston-Salem. First pitch, a fastball to Jackson Appel, 0-1. 80 degrees, golden hour here in the Triad. A soft breeze at 3 miles an hour from the southeast. Fans enjoying the day as the 0-1 is lifted out of play and foul. Lodis was on the move from first to second, but it's fouled out of play, and it's 0-2 to Jackson Appel. The Dash catcher also worked to walk his first time up, then was part of a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. Here comes an 0-2 to the switch-hitting catcher. It's in the dirt. Good take on a changeup at 90 miles an hour. You can tell that Eric Swan's stuff in terms of the velo and the movement and all of that is much higher than high A material. But in terms of his location, in terms of limiting damage, that's kind of where he's struggled, not only tonight, but in his time with the Wilmington Blue Rocks as he goes over and checks on the runner at first base, but Lodis is back with a headlong slide. He went 4 innings his last time out, gave up 8 hits and 6 runs, all of them allowed to Jersey Shore. Took the loss in that one as the 1-2's on the ground, could be to right side. Lost in fields, flips it over to second for 1. There will not be a throw made to first. Lodis is called out at the bag there, and that's how there's 1 away in the bottom of the 4th. Still 1-1 our score.
Next up for the dash, right fielder number 5, T.J. McCann.
Jackson Appel's aboard on the fielder's choice. T.J. McCann's a guy who grounded into a double play not too long ago. He'll stand in the lefty batter's box. But before that 4 innings at Jersey Shore, he was at Aberdeen with Wilmington as the righty. Fires in a fastball that's fouled away, 0-1. And against Aberdeen, he also had his fair share of struggles. 4 and 2 innings of work, 4 hits, 2 runs. Only 1 of them was earned, and he struck out 7 batters, also walked 3. He comes into tonight 0-2 with Wilmington. 4 and 5 on the year. 0-1 is on the ground right side in fair territory. A step at the bag, Pimentel there. Throw to second is in time for the out. The tag by Cruz at the second base bag retires the twin killing, and it is the 3rd of the game. 3 of the 4 innings have come to a close with that right there. We'll go to the 5th, knotted at 1. We'll see in just a minute. It's the top of the 5th inning, and we have a good one on our hands. 1-1 our score, Blue Rocks and Dash as Gage Zeal goes back to work. The righty from the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Marcus Brown fans and misses at that breaking ball. It's 0-1 to the 3rd baseman tonight for the Blue Rocks. The righty Zeal back into the wind, and the 0-1 is another swing and a miss. This time the cutter at 89. It's 0-2. Gage Zeal has sat down his last 4 in a row. Make it 5 if you loop in a sac fly to Caleb Lomavita. That was back in the 3rd. Here's the 0-2. Cutter inside, 90 miles an hour, one of the fastest we've seen tonight, but it's inside for a ball. 1-2. Marcus Brown, like I said, the 3rd baseman is 0 for 1 so far tonight on the ropes of 0 for 2. Here's the 1-2. On the ground, just behind the bag at first and foul. In his last 10, Marcus Brown, not the best. 6 hits, 3, or a triple. Just a 162 average in that time. 3 hits in his last 5, though. As the 1-2's off the end of the bat, rolling foul, and it just hops over the bag behind first. Makarevich gloves and tosses it over to his first base dugout. We stay 1-2. 1-1 ball game, top of the 5th. Sun is almost all but gone here in downtown Winston-Salem as the fans really content here inside Truist Stadium. It's a good day for some baseball. The 1-2 from Zeal. Another foul ball. 3rd straight off the bat of Marcus Brown. The 8-hole hitter in tonight's lineup did not play yesterday. Or excuse me, did not play the first game after yesterday's 1 for 4. He rolls this one to the right side of second base. Over there is the shortstop Lodis. The throw takes Makarevich off the bag. And a rare error made by the Dash infielder, on the left side of the infield that is. That puts a runner aboard with nobody out. The E6 most likely gives the Wilmington Blue Rocks just their 2nd leadoff runner aboard all game long. And it means Gage Zeal is going to have to take care of business with a runner aboard. Good news for him, it's the bottom of the order. Bad news, it's Armando Cruz, who singled his last time up. Showing bunt, pulls back, curveball floats high. Ball 1, 1-0. Marcus Brown over at first. He reached on an E6, the first of the game for Winston-Salem. They made a pair of errors last night in their win. 6-3 the final yesterday, 5-1 on Tuesday. Here's the 1-0. Bunt shown, pulled back, called strike. Throw to first is not in time. The backdoor tag is just late. Brown's back safely. Winston-Salem looking to clinch a split of the 3-game series with a win tonight. They can do that. also keep their playoff hopes alive. More on that in a second. 1-1. Bunt is fouled back here into the net, 1-2. Winston-Salem right now sits 4.5 games behind the top of the South Atlantic South. Leading the second half of play, that's the Greenville Drive at 26-24. Everyone's kind of in that 500 or so mix. The Dash tonight, well, they're looking for second half win number 22. The 1-2 is in the dirt. Obviously, no bunt attempt that time by Armando Cruz. It's in the dirt, though, like I said, 2-2. Zeal trying to, again, limit the damage. This will be his 73rd pitch of the ball game. Here it comes. This one's lifted in the air to left. McConnell has a beat on it, and now the baseball for out number 1. Sharp line drive at 98 miles an hour. That's out number 1 with the runner on first. 1-1 ball game in the top of the 5th as the Wilmington Blue Rocks turn the lineup card back over. All in all, not a terrible second time through. Pair of base knocks. That run came around in that second time around via the RBI sac fly by Loma Vida, who's in the hole. This guy is 2 for 2, and he's about to be 3 for 3. That's a single into center field, trying to go first to third. That's Brown. He will get there without a throw. Throw comes into second, and just like that, Wilmington puts runners at the corner, still just 1 away, in a 1-1 ball game, top of the 5th.
Now batting second baseman, number 5, Cortland Lawson.
Jared McKenzie having himself a ball game. First pitch swinging and first pitch crushing on the ground. It's a 3 for 3 night for the Blue Rock center fielder. That puts runners at the corners. Jackson Appel giving out the signs to not only his corner infielders, but his middle. Tell you what, there's a good chance the Dash turn 2 right here. Lodis, we've seen what he can do at shortstop. We know what Santos can do at second. Looking for a ground ball out of the righty Zeal. He'll see Cortland Lawson. And the first pitch is called the ball just outside on a cutter. 1-0. Lawson's 1 for 2 this evening. Singled in his last at-bat, part of 3 straight singles in the third inning. 1-0. Lifted high in the air. McConnell camps under it. There's going to be a tag by the runner at third, Brown. McConnell took an hour for that thing to land, but eventually makes its way to his glove. Runner tags, no throw to the plate. And that's the second run of the game for the Blue Rocks. It's on a sac fly by Cortland Lawson, and it makes it a 2-1 game with the visitors in front, top of the 5th. That thing was in the air for so long. Taking a look at the hang time, that was 6.5 seconds from the time it left the bat to the time it made it down to McConnell's glove. It was deep enough, though, obviously, to score the run. So with a runner on first and 2 gone, here comes Caleb Lomavita, already an RBI tonight. First pitch in the dirt, runner goes. Ball was spiked, so no throw down as McKenzie's now in scoring position. A 2-1 ball game here in the top of the 5th. On a very nice night for some baseball in the Triad. Gage Zeal not having a bad night by any means. 2 runs on 5 hits. A lone error by Winston-Salem. That error allowed the runner, who just came around to score on the bases, Marcus Brown, reached on an E6 to get the inning going. Here comes a 1-0 to Caleb Lomavita. It's high and inside for a ball, 2-0. Lomavita is 0 for 1, a ground out to Lodis at short. Also a sac fly RBI his last time up. Ahead in the count here, 2 balls, no strikes. A runner at second, that's Jared McKenzie. Good looking pitch. That was the sweeper at 81 miles an hour, 2-1. For Lomavita, the RBI is his 6th in his last 10. 10 hits in that stretch. 2-1. On the ground, right side. Couple of hops to Santos, who gloves it on shallow outfield grass, makes the throw to first in time for the out. Ground out ends the inning, but not before the Blue Rocks jump back in front. We'll see if the Dash offense can find an answer on the other side of this break. 2-1 our score. Back in the ballpark on Pups in the Park night. Thirsty Thursday, something for the entire family inside Truist Stadium on Thursday nights. including some really good baseball. Max Wallace and Andrew Murphy.
Hello.
Alongside you as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Still working at Swan, and the first pitch to Miguel Santos is in there for a strike. He just made a nice play in the field to get us here. 2-1 ball game with the Blue Rocks in front. I love Pups in the Park night.
I do too.
It's easily, as the 0-1's in there for a called strike, 0-2, it is easily the easiest and best marketing strategy there is. No question.
Well, people watching is one thing, and you can do that just about anywhere.
Yep. 1,000%. There are people, a lot of them, in this world.
But dog watching,
as the 0-2's grounded foul,
I think is even more fun, like 10 times more adorable, probably 100 times more adorable.
Yeah.
There's some good-looking dogs out here tonight.
We were just talking about it.
Yeah, it was, I think, maybe a Great Pyrenees or a Samoyed, maybe.
A big, fluffy dog.
It was a big, white, fluffy dog.
0-2 inside, 1-2.
Walking along the third base concourse. I think there's a golden retriever. It might be a yellow lab out on the outfield berm.
Yeah, right below the home run tracker. Yep.
I'm going to pull out the binoculars to confirm here.
1-2 is sent out that way, but it's in foul territory. And a couple of lucky fans out there, including a dog right in the mix, is going to get a souvenir. Count stays at 1-2 to Miguel Santos. 2-1 ball game, Blue Rocks in front.
Max can confirm that is a golden retriever.
There we go. One of, or I guess two we're talking about, of many dogs in the ballpark tonight. 1-2 is on the ground left side. Couple hops to Cruz, who gloves it. Couple shuffles and a fire to first. Wow, that thing was a laser beam over there, but he gets Santos out at the bag. The 6-3 is out number 1. Maybe the best dog in the ballpark is who's collecting the bats tonight, and that's Murphy.
Great name.
Yeah.
What a name.
Yeah.
Huh? The goggles. I mean, come on.
Oh, my gosh. How can you not like Murphy the bat dog? You can't. You can't.
Hard not to love.
Here's Ryan Burrows. He takes a called strike, 0-1. It's hard not to love the Dash offense right now. They are really, really good. Tonight's a little bit of a hiccup. Just 1 run on 3 hits as the 0-1 is tapped foul, 0-2. But this week has been a combination of a lot of hits and a lot of homers. 3 in game 1 in terms of the home runs. They had 6 runs yesterday in their 6-3 win, and they're ahead in the series 2-0 over the Blue Rocks.
Well, the motif in these past 2 games.
0-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3.
The motif in these past 2 games has been 1 inning where they score at least 3 runs. In game 1, it was the 5th. They plated 3. On 1 swing of the bat, Alec Makarevich with his 11th home run of the season. And then it was 4 in the 8th inning last night. It was a string of 3 singles followed by an intentional walk.
First pitch to Sammy Z is a ball downstairs.
Bit of a miscue by the pitcher Montero at the time, whose error scored 2.
Yeah. And capitalizing on an error and in a late game situation is really crucial. 1-2 is launched. Deep right center field. Back go the outfielders at the track, at the wall. A leap and a grab. Crashing into the corner of the wall is De La Rosa. Shrugs his shoulders to McKenzie as he makes a whale of a play to cap the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 our score. We'll see you in the 6th. Sammy Zavala just missed a home run by inches, and I mean inches, after he was recorded out on a deep fly out to right. Started doing some push-ups behind the pitcher's mound. Hey, let's take you to the pitcher's mound. We've got a new pitcher, Jonathan Clark. Here's Johnny to take over for Gage Zeal in the top of the 6th. First pitch of the 6th is a swing and a miss over the top of a great-looking slider. Brandon Pimentel falls behind on the newest Dash pitcher. That's Jonathan Clark. Here comes an 0-1 on the ground right side. Should be the play for Makarevich, and he gloves and taps the bag for the first out of the inning. Second time Brandon Pimentel has been retired via the unassisted ground out to first. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Let's introduce you a little bit more to Jonathan Clark, shall we? A 1-0 record. This is his 10th appearance in 2025 with Winston-Salem after getting here as a free agent. In 0.96 ERA and a 118 whip for the righty. First pitch, a changeup in the dirt for a ball, 1-0 to TJ White. He's 0 for 2 today is TJ White. The Blue Rock left fielder looking to get their offense started here on the top side of the 6th. 2-1 ball game there in front, looking for their first win of the series. Good looking breaking ball. In there for a called strike right at the knees. 1-1. Clark turned 25 back on the 3rd of June as the 1-1. Is a fastball lifted down the way and left. Charging hard as Burrows. He will run out of room. Into about the 3rd row down the left field line and out of play. It's just strike 2. But Clark in his last 5 has been really, really good. An inning in his last time, nothing but a strikeout. An inning in his time prior to that, absolutely nothing. Both those relief appearances came against Asheville. And the 1-2 here is scorched in the air to right center field. This is going to be down for a base hit. It'll be extra bases as it gets to the wall. TJ White hustling around first, slides his way into second, and he's there with a 1-out double. Blue Rocks have a runner in scoring position. Only 1 gone in the 6th. They lead 2-1.
Now batting, right fielder number 11, Jeremy De La Rosa.
Jeremy De La Rosa will try and bring him in. The right fielder's also 0 for 2. Let's close the book on Gage Zeal while we have a second. He goes 5 innings of work, gives up 5 hits, 2 runs, only 1 walk, which is really good, and just a strikeout. Passes it back to Jonathan Clark. He's in some trouble here with a runner in scoring position, just 1 gone. 2-1 ball game. Visitors, the Blue Rocks in front. Good looking slider taken for a called strike 1 to Jeremy De La Rosa. Talk about a good guy to have in a situation like this. With runners at 2nd and 3rd in scoring position, De La Rosa with a .467 average, a 1. And make it 1-1. This one drifts a little bit too far outside. 7 hits, 2 of them doubles, 1 of them a homer. And all 8 of his runs batted in have come in moments just like this with runners at 2nd and 3rd. The 1-1. Beautiful breaking ball in there for a called strike 1-2. Jonathan Clark, like I mentioned, the Redwood City, California native, spent his collegiate days out there at San Jose State for 4 years as the 1-2 is fanned on and missed, strike 3. Phenomenal looking breaking ball from Jonathan Clark. He gets out of there with the K, and the second strikeout of the day for the Dash pitching staff is out number 2 in the top of the 6th. Man, was that good. Call it 16 inches of horizontal break, not to mention 8 inches of up to down movement. That's about as parabolic and horizontal a curveball can get. He makes it look really, really untouchable. Here's Gavin Dugas, first pitch. Right back to it, this time a slider. It's outside for a ball, 1-0. Designated hitter tonight is 0 for 1. He popped out to the first baseman in the 4th. It was a tremendous catch by the first baseman, Alec Makarevich. And with a runner on second, he faces a 1-0 count. That one's in the dirt. Really good stop by Appel. Runner goes nowhere. TJ White stands at second. But Makarevich, with his back to the infield, made a sliding grab out into shallow right. We have seen Alec Makarevich just make defensive masterpieces, especially in the last half of this season. Some at first, some at third, and the 2-0 is taken for a called strike. Slider floats its way in there at 80. It's 2-1. But Alec Makarevich has certainly helped his stock tick in the upward direction with plays that he's made not only at the corners of the infield, but also what he's done in the batter's box. 2-1. Spiked in the dirt, past Appel off the net, easy 90 feet for TJ White. He's at third. So the wild pitch puts a runner at third base. And even worse news, it becomes a 3-1 count to Dugas. He's a guy who doesn't really need any help with runners in scoring position. 17 hits, 5 doubles, and a long ball. On the year, 45 hits. This one's in the dirt. He lost him to the walk. So the second free pass of the ball game recorded by the designated hitter for the Blue Rocks puts runners at the corners. 2 gone, top of the 6th. Blue Rocks in front by a run. 2-1. They scored in the top of the 5th inning. That came on a sacrifice fly off the bat of Cortland Lawson. Here's Marcus Brown. He was the guy who came around to score. Reached on an E6 to start his 5th. Swing and a miss at a first pitch. I think that's a cutter at 88 miles an hour, 0-1. 0 for 2 is Marcus Brown, the third baseman. Flew out to shallow left field into the shortstop's mitt his first time up. Next pitch is in the dirt. It's a ball, 1-1. With runners in scoring position, Marcus Brown pretty solid. 13 hits, a 241 average. On the year, just a 227 hitter with 61 base knocks. He awaits a 1-1. Here it comes. Ooh, good-looking breaking ball, just a bit high. I thought that was strike 2 for sure. I think Jonathan Clark did too. Alas, it becomes a 2-1 count. Runners at the corners. At third, it's TJ White. At first, it's Gavin Dugas. Here's Marcus Brown in the lefty batter's box, and he takes a called strike on the upper inside corner. Now it's Brown's turn not to be too content with that call. Shimmies his way out of the box, tries to shake it off. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, rather. Pair on in a 2-1 ball game. Top 6. As this one's lifted in the air, should be the play for Sammy Zavala. Calls everybody off and makes a catch with 2 hands right at the brim of his black cap. That'll retire the top of the 6th. 2 stranded in a 2-1 game. Dash offense needs some runs. We'll see if they can find it in the bottom of the frame. Bottom of the 6th inning. 2-1 ball game as the Blue Rocks are in front of the Winston-Salem Dash. Winston-Salem would love some offense. They've got the guys to do it. 2, 3, and 4. Perez, Makarevich, and McConnell. First pitch to Gerald Perez is a breaking ball way upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Eric Swan goes back to work. It's been pretty good. Apart from the run, just 3 hits to his night. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Perez comes in 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. He was part of a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play in the bottom of the 1st. And the 1-1 is lifted high in the air, deep left field. Giving chase is White into the corner. He will range and make a play as his feet meet the warning track, out number 1.
Next up for the Dash is the first
One away in the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 ball game. Blue Rocks in front. They're also out hitting the Dash right now, 6-3. Winston-Salem is looking for their last hit since this guy was up. Alec Makarevich doubled in the bottom of the 3rd. That's the last time a Winston-Salem Dash batter has recorded a hit. First pitch to Amac. Takes a breaking ball outside for a ball, 1-0. Not only is Swan continuing to work on the hill, as this will be pitch 76. Swing and a miss, strike 1. There is nobody even stretching down the way and left. They really trust their guy on the hill. I don't blame them. 5 1/3, 2 strikeouts, and just the earned run. Here comes another 1-1. Swinging a foul ball, 1-2. Makarevich was so fired up after he recorded that RBI double, and how could you not be? For Amac, it was his 56th RBI of the year, and it was right after an at-bat where he grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. Here's a 1-2. It's in the dirt, kicks away from the catcher, but no swing by Amac, just 2-2. Talk about a guy who's swinging a good bat so far in the month of August. 9 hits over his last 10. Good enough for a 286 average. Chops a 2-2 foul. We'll do it again. It's an all-naturally finished bat, or an all-black finished bat for Alec Makarevich, but he hides a purple handle with 2 ice-white batting gloves. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball kicks away from Lumavita. He picks it up, fires to first. It is in time for the strikeout and the throw down to first. A little bit of extra work for out number 2.
Now batting, left fielder number 27, Cole McConnell.
Here's a guy who's hungry, Cole McConnell. He comes to bat from the left side with 2 gone in the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 ball game. The Blue Rocks in front. Winston-Salem looking to win their 3rd straight, win their 3rd of the series. Cole McConnell trying to get the offense where it needs to be. Called strike 1 at the knees on 81-mile-an-hour slider. McConnell 0 for 2 today. Pair of flyouts. One was right behind home plate as the 0-1 drifts outside, 1-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Here's Cole McConnell. Awaits on a 1-1, and he will swing and miss. 1-2. Louisiana Tech product was drafted in the 10th round in 2024. 0 for 3 a night ago. 1-2 to him. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another strike him out, throw him out as they throw him down to first and retire the side. Pair of Ks ends the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 our score. We head to the final 3. Andrew Murphy takes back over when we return.